Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at Atom, and just before we do, we usually look at Bitcoin, but I can summarize it. We're right at about 49,000. We had a nice little 6% increase yesterday. So most altcoins are kind of pumping today, at least a lot of them are, because of the fact that there seems to be a little bit more stability in Bitcoin, just due to the fact that we are, we're making higher highs and higher lows in Bitcoin. Those are very, very important things. In fact, we opened up some trade positions ourselves as a community here recently, based on that simple sense that Bitcoin appears to be, breaking that downward trend. Okay. Now, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me here. Of course, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade. I have a trading community built with that designed specific purpose in place. In fact, I'm creating a trading academy right now as well to ensure that everyone has a good opportunity to be able to become much better traders. So start to finish, how to become a great trader, that's all going to be included there in that membership. Now, looking here at Atom, I want you to note that we have a pretty strong last 24 hours. We're looking very, very good here. I'm glad we have a swing trade position open here as a community. In fact, our very first profit target is $29. And it looks like we might actually hit that very soon. That's a very, very good sign. But all in all, in the last 24 to 48 hours, we've seen about a 27% increase from Atom, more specifically the most growth in the last recent 24. So all good stuff there. This has tremendous potential, of course. So just keep in mind that Atom is absolutely a big picture good coin. Even right now, it's still a good value, just so you understand. It's very, very, I guess, I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. It's good. I'm not really finding the right words. Here's something that works though, and you need to understand this. We're up over the 200-day set moving average that was working as a resistance level. Now it's considered a support, which is fantastic. We're traveling up into the 50, so there's a good chance the price will get rejected out by the 50 if it comes that close. Or maybe over the next couple of days, we might see that work as a resistance potentially. It does have a tendency of working that way. If you can see here, it got rejected previously and fell very hard afterwards. Granted, this was a couple of bad days for Bitcoin as well. So, try not to overthink the fact that it could come down again. But, we are breaking this trend of higher highs and higher lows as well with Atom. Very much synonymous in that sense with Bitcoin's, recent behavior. But today's behavior is obviously exceeding, Bitcoin, because all in all, Bitcoin's kind of been, I wouldn't say stagnant, but in the last 12 hours, it's just kind of little up, little down, kind of breaking even, where this coin is obviously taking off. So good stuff there. We're up over a potential resistance of 26.46 as well. If we can get the one-day candlestick to close over that, then that'll likely become the new support level. And you can see that it was a very strong support in the past. So we can get that to reestablish it as a support level moving forward. We'll be in really good shape. But key takeaways here is we're up over 50 on the RSI, which is fantastic. All in all, we're basically can consider this more bullish than bearish now, right? Darn near everything was bearish up until recent. Now, here's something to note too, and this is a common characteristic with a lot of coins right now. Most of them are on the overextended side, so I would expect we can see some type of, I wouldn't necessarily say a significant retracement, but I would expect to see the price kind of consolidated support. So hopefully we want to see the price kind of hang out right around 26.50 in the next couple of hours to give it a chance to breathe, because any good increase needs to have a staircase pattern, right? We can't have this just continue to shoot straight up. I don't care how many other YouTubers are telling you it's awesome that something goes parabolic. It's actually not a good thing. This is awesome in the sense that the price is going up and it's hit that 4-hour TD sequential point where, we're basically 8 hours into overtime, for lack of better terms, right? So that being said, very nice, healthy continuation, but if it continued up much further, it's going to come down a lot harder, if that makes sense. So we just wanted to go sideways here around 26.50. And great news is the price pushed above that resistance level, and if we can kind of just hold that and get the price to kind of consolidate right around 26.50, we'll be in good shape to see another leg up to the next major Fibonacci retracement level. But all good stuff here. We're back up over the 200-day set moving average as well, and that's there's no avoiding the fact that that's a very positive thing. And in fact, the funny thing is the price shot through it very, very hard and very fast. That's a common characteristic for a point, because a lot of times you'll get shorts or people that are trying to short something at that point, and that could have been a squeeze that pushed the price action up. You never truly know exactly, but I can tell you that the fact that the price shot straight through that moving average is no coincidence. That happens quite a lot. So really good stuff there for Atom. Furthermore, let's go ahead and take a quick look at Ichimoku Cloud. Obviously, it's going to give us, and we're seeing this also pretty much across the board with most coins right now, where we have nothing but, price action above the cloud. We got the price action, the conversion lines above the baseline, and the lagging span is trailing behind. So all good things here. In other words, you have an open position with Atom. It's basically telling us you want to keep that position open. Even if we get consolidation for the next 8 hours at the support of 2650, and we get that next leg up, it'll still be free and clear of any price action, and we'll see that continue. So this is a very clean Ichimoku cloud, and I just want to recommend, if you have a position open, keep it open. Don't consider selling, even though, yes, we're a bit on the overextended side. You can see that we're well past a 9. We got to reset up to a 4. Hypothetically, we have about 5 more hours worth of continuation, or at the very best, in my opinion, I would like to see the price continue sideways first and then increase from there. Okay, but all good stuff. Even if that were to happen, we have plenty of time left to allow for the lagging span to not intersect with the price action, the price continue upwards, and we just have a nice clean continuation. So literally there's no downside here to Atom. Feel free to consider adding to your position. And I can confidently tell you that unless Bitcoin drops to the bottom, right, which is still a potential, right, we got to understand that could happen. Now, even though Atom's doing very well, contrary to Bitcoin, right, it's still moving in the same direction as Bitcoin, right? So we got to understand that. And what I'm getting at here is that, heaven forbid, Bitcoin does drop its bottom and we lose a support of 2650, then Atom will likely still continue to regenerate and recover shortly after. You can kind of tell when coins perform as well as this one has today, the way that it's working fairly independent of Bitcoin in that sense. So again, it's still subjective to it. Everything is, but I do think that if we were to lose the support, we'd still be in pretty good shape overall. But just be careful. Try not to have a super tight stop loss, if that makes any sense, and just keep it kind of open and loose. And I'm confident you'll get the gains you're looking for. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the gains that are potential here for Atom. And we'll work with, I wouldn't say, we're not going to go with the best case scenario here today, but I would say we're going to go with kind of a realistic scenario. So just say realistically Atom were to continue to recover here. It's very safe to presume that $43/$44 is very realistic, right? Coming up to its all-time high, I think it's going to be able to beat its all-time high. 44 is realistic. How soon will that happen? Well, it really just depends on this continuation and how healthy it is, right? If it goes crazy and shoots up straight and then comes straight back down, there's no point in that, right? But if it has nice healthy continuation patterns through each one of these tiers, then I would say within the next, I wouldn't say year end, but I would say that we're looking within the next couple of weeks as a likelihood for about $44. And that's just based on its recent momentum and how well it's done in the past too, and just ultimately what it's doing right now contrary to Bitcoin. Okay, so a lot of little factors involved, but I would say 2 weeks would be my estimate there for a better case scenario. It could happen sooner, of course. A lot of coins will very much surprise you. But if we want this to do what we want it to do, kind of a nice, once again, I say this a lot, a nice healthy continuation pattern, then it would probably take a couple weeks to get there. Okay, but that's what we want. We want a slow continuous growth, right? That's just the way it works. So all in all, I hope you found benefit here. Of course, feel free to comment below if you did, and if not, that's okay too. Also consider joining my community, of course, where I send out signals for every single trade that I take, building up that trading portfolio, and of course making sure that I share with you my trading academy that will be available next month in January. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.